Welcome to The Good Life. Today, we're going to talk about stress. When stress hits, it's difficult to avoid feeling as though you're trying to dig yourself out of a large sand hole. But regardless of whether the source is your job, your family, your relationships, or perhaps a combination of all of these, you might still feel the frightening, overpowering tension. Although you can't change what's causing you stress, you can manage its symptoms, get rid of your complaints, and find the best solutions to those problems. Let's start by defining what stress means. Stress, a state of mental or emotional strain or tension resulting from adverse or demanding circumstances. Therefore, in order to fight stress, we need to eliminate those adverse or demanding circumstances in our lives, as well as learn to process these circumstances better so they cause less stress in the first place. With all that said, I'm going to start talking about the causes, only mentioning the most important ones for now. Time management. Poor time management is a major cause of stress. We have all likely experienced the feeling that there's too much to do and not enough time. We may start to feel anxious, worry, and get distracted from the task at hand. So, effective time management is crucial if you want to manage a hefty workload without becoming overly stressed. When you have too much work to complete, time management gives you a sense of direction and helps you to reduce long-term stress. Managing your time well helps you become more productive and gives you control over where you are headed. By managing your time effectively, you should find that you enjoy your current work more and can make the most of your free time to relax and enjoy life. Sleeping right. Getting more rest will decrease cortisol levels and restore balance to the body's systems. Cortisol being one of the stress hormones. In a preventative step, try to get between 7 and 9 hours of sleep a night to avoid the rise in hormone levels altogether and reduce existing feelings of stress and anxiety. A lack of sleep can cause the body to react as if it's in distress, releasing more cortisol. Cortisol is responsible for your fight or flight reaction to danger, increasing your heart rate in anticipation of a fight. Getting a good amount of sleep is always important, but especially if you're experiencing stress, it's critical to get at least 7 hours of sleep a night. Another point, obviously, is that you'll be way more productive during the next day if you had a good night's sleep. Take time off. Taking regular breaks from work can reduce the chance of having mental health problems such as anxiety. It can also lead to reduced stress, better health, and increased work morale, ensuring that you don't experience burnout. These can lead to better relationships with your colleagues and ultimately increased workplace productivity. Taking 1 to several work days off may help you in resetting your mind and regaining clarity. People who take annual vacations report having better health, less stress, more energy, a heightened sex drive, better productivity, and increased happiness overall. Vacations should not be considered a luxury. They are a must for our happiness and health in an increasingly stressful world. Put it on paper. We generally stay in our own thoughts and take little action to alter our thinking when we feel stress and the bad emotions that go along with it. But a process called objective recording forces us to view our circumstances and thoughts from an outsider's perspective. Drawing a line down the center of a piece of paper, write negative things I am saying to myself at the top of the left column and alternatives in the right column. After completing both columns, we frequently become aware of how stupid we are acting when we just acknowledge what we're saying to ourselves out of stress. This process will help put your stress into perspective. Meditation and mindfulness. At one time or another, many of us will experience a sense of being overwhelmed, as if everything were too much. That's because life can be stressful, and while stress can have serious repercussions on our health, sometimes simply taking time to pause and rest the mind can be enough to feel better in the moment. Numerous studies have found that meditation is an effective stress management tool, gradually reprogramming the brain to the point where meditators have better capacity to manage stress when meditation is practiced on a consistent daily basis. In fact, meditation has been scientifically proven to help alleviate stress after just 8 weeks of regular practice. This is due to the fact that by training the mind to be more open and less reactive, we are better able to cope when life's stressors in work, family, relationships, school, finances, and even traffic begin to accumulate. Rather than being caught up in our stress, Meditation teaches us to become observers of certain mental patterns and, as a result, less affected by them. If you haven't tried mindfulness, meditation, or relaxation exercises yet, there's no better time to start. These tools are scientifically proven to help decrease and manage stress and promote mental well-being. They're also useful for when you're experiencing stress and as prevention tools in times when you're feeling well. There are many programs, websites, books, and apps to help you practice these exercises. I will link some free courses down below. Exercise. Exercise is one of the most effective ways to deal with and handle stress and anxiety. The stress of exercise actually helps your brain release endorphins, which serve as natural painkillers. Consistent exercise, whether it's every day or 3 times a week, encourages your brain to regularly release endorphins, which can help improve your mood. Working out helps your body lower stress hormones like cortisol. To sum it up, the release of endorphins combined with the reduction of stress hormones helps you feel calm and in control of your life, thanks to exercise. It doesn't have to be a full workout. Walk around the block, do 20 jumping jacks, go for a quick run, or find a 10-minute yoga flow on YouTube to follow, as long as you have a consistent routine. Breathing. Breathing exercises offer an extremely simple, effective, and convenient way to relieve stress and reverse your stress response. These are definite benefits of breathing exercises. While simple diaphragmatic breathing can provide relaxation and stress relief, there are several different types of breathing exercises to try, each with its own twist. These are some simple but effective breathing techniques you can try out at home. Deep breathing. Most people take short, shallow breaths into their chest. It can make you feel anxious and zap your energy. With this technique, you'll learn how to take bigger breaths all the way into your belly. First, get comfortable. You can lie on your back in bed or on the floor with a pillow under your head and knees. Or you can sit in a chair with your shoulders, head, and neck supported against the back of the chair. Then, breathe in through your nose. Let your belly fill with air and breathe out again through your nose. After that, place one hand on your belly and the other one on your chest. As you breathe in and out, feel your belly rise and lower. Another one is an exercise in which you take the same time to breathe in as out. In this exercise, you'll match how long you breathe in with how long you breathe out. Over time, you'll increase how long you're able to breathe in and out at a time. Sit comfortably on the floor or in a chair. Breathe in through your nose and count to 5. Then, breathe out through your nose to the count of 5. Repeat this several times. Once you feel comfortable with breaths that last 5 counts, increase how long you breathe in and breathe out. You can work up to breaths that last up to 10 counts. Those are 2 quite simple exercises, so I will link some more down below. Now we're going to come to the less practical and, for many, the more complicated part, which is the way in which you deal with stress and the ability to see an extremely stressful situation as just another stone in your path. Positive thinking and a healthy mindset. Is your glass half empty or half full? How you answer this age-old question about positive thinking may reflect your outlook on life, your attitude toward yourself, and whether you're optimistic or pessimistic, and it may even affect your health. Positive thinking doesn't mean that you ignore life's less pleasant situations. Positive thinking just means that you approach unpleasantness in a more positive and productive way. You think the best is going to happen, not the worst. Positive thinking often starts with self-talk. These automatic thoughts can be positive or negative. Some of your self-talk comes from logic and reason. Other self-talk may arise from misconceptions that you create because of lack of information or expectations due to preconceived ideas of what may happen. If the thoughts that run through your head are mostly negative, your outlook on life is more likely pessimistic. If your thoughts are mostly positive, you're likely an optimist. You can learn to turn negative thinking into positive thinking. The process is simple, but it does take time and practice. You're creating a new habit after all. These are the ways to think and behave in a more positive and optimistic way. Identify areas to change. If you want to become more optimistic and engage in more positive thinking, first identify areas of your life that you usually think negatively about, whether it's work, your daily commute, life changes, or a relationship. You can start small by focusing on one area to approach in a more positive way. Think of a positive thought to manage your stress instead of a negative one. Check yourself. Periodically during the day, stop and evaluate what you're thinking. If you find that your thoughts are mainly negative, try to find a way to put a positive spin on them. Be open to humor. Give yourself permission to smile or laugh, especially during difficult times. Seek humor in everyday happenings. When you can laugh at life, you feel less stressed. Surround yourself with positive people. Make sure those in your life are positive, supportive people you can depend on to give helpful advice and feedback. Negative people may increase your stress level and make you doubt your ability to manage stress in healthy ways. Many people are affected by stress nowadays. I hope you can take away something from this video that helps you with your stress management in the future.